Hello, Asbenites, Asbees, and other autistic people on the spectrum. I'd like to do another autistic behavior report. This one focusing on early detection signs of that your children may have autism. So I'm going to read from the list, and I'm also going to include my own opinions on there. So here we go. Yeah, it says that autistic children may display unusual behavior, such as no speech, non-speech vocalizations, delayed development of speech, echolila, speech consisting of literally repeating something heard. And now let me explain the echolila. Now, that occurs, and this is a typical autism symptom because it occurs anywhere from within 1 day to, if they're a really severe case of autism, they might repeat the same song or the same phrase for years. So it varies a lot. Usually, if I repeat something for a song or something, if I get a song in my head, we're talking at least a month. You know, like, my baby takes the morning train. I'll be repeating that. I had a big deal with My Baby Takes the Morning Train by Sheena Easton. Now, that occurred off and on for about 3 years, so it varies. And that's one of the biggest autism cues and signs that you have autism. Lack of interaction with other children. Now, when you say lack of interaction with other children, they usually mean the child goes off to himself and literally is in his own world. And that's another one of those. Lack of eye contact. It's a common misnomer. A common fact that most autistic people don't like to be looked in the eyes and won't look you in the eyes. I won't go any further detail about that because I really don't know anything else about that. Lack of response to people. Now, what that basically means is just what it says. They don't notice other people. They aren't on their radar yet. They're so into themselves, so intrusionary. And truthfully, I think most autistic children are really bright kids trying to hold all that in. And I think some of it stems from fear of people. So that's just my own, and it also has something to do with the typicals, with being on the spectrum. Treating other people as if they were inanimate objects. Now, I don't know why that's on there because that's kind of a cruel way of stating something like that. Hey, you! You bump their head, punch them a little bit. Knock, knock, knock. Hello? I don't think it's to that extreme with autistic people, so when picked up, offering no help. And it says in quotations, feels like lifting a sack of potatoes. Well, I've seen that with autistic people actually. So that's not a misnomer. I don't know. It depends on how much they weigh, if they're really a sack of potatoes or not. So, preoccupation with hands, flapping hands, spinning, balancing, walking on tiptoes, extreme dislike of certain sounds. Now, when you say extreme dislike of certain sounds, I mean anything high-pitched, like an autistic person is really sensitive, often have highly sensitive ears, so it's extreme dislike of certain sounds, and it might even be, you know, a sound on the subway or some sound that they associate with pain or dislike because of a certain memory. dislike of being touched. I was that way. I didn't want anyone to touch me at all. I got over that a little bit, and it's a scary thing when you're autistic and someone comes up and tries to hug you. You just want to like push them or do something, but if you do something like that, you're gonna get hurt. Okay, behavior that is aggressive to others. I don't believe in that one. That's a crock. We're not naturally aggressive. Desire to keep objects in certain physical pattern. That's a true one. And repetitive behavior. Basically, that means they go through a routine every day. They have to, do the same things to keep themselves regimented. And here's the kicker. This one's actually a good thing about us. Islets of competence. Areas where the child has normal or even advanced competence. Typical examples: drawing skill, musical skill, arithmetic, calendar arithmetic, memory skills, perfect pitch. Now that's saying all of us in the spectrum, there's hope that we can master a skill, and there's people all around the world that are autistic that are just geniuses that way. They can do a math equation in their head. It could be the most complex math equation that a professor could come up with. They do it like it's nothing, and then they run to their room and watch Jeopardy because it's on, or run to their room and arrange the furniture so it's suitable for them today. Perfect pitch is a cool one. That basically means they're singing perfectly like an angel. And musical skill, drawing skill. And I would like to include one in the general arts. I think more autistic people are finding their niche in the general arts, such as painting and and certain other artistic merited abilities. I found my gift in arts from that. So here's the last one's synesthesia. An unexpected sensation arises when a particular sense modality is stimulated, and cerebral abnormalities and raised levels of serotonin. So let me conclude this real quick, as if to say, I believe that those FAQs to be a little discriminate, just because the way they say things like we're a sack of potatoes to pick up, and things like that. I mean, no loving parent is gonna say, "Hey, my autistic child is like a sack of potatoes," or something like that. But basically, I just wanted to share my feelings on that and get this autistic behavior report number 3 down. Now you guys know the early warning signs. Get your child checked. Get your child diagnosed, whether they're on the spectrum or not. That way they can move on with their lives. That way you can help them along the road more adequately, and that you don't have to worry about a late diagnosis anymore. Correct the problem. Get yourself diagnosed. Find out whether you're autistic, ASB, or in between, the level that you're at in autism, and what to do about it. Out.